was greater than just a few people calling him to the plains. He realized that he was doing a work for God. He was building the walls for Christ. And he said, why should the work stop while I leave it and go down to you? He says, why should I come? If I come, the work stops. I am just about to finish it. I am at the finishing line, just like that racer in front. And I cannot come down to meet you because the work is going to stop. I am doing a great work and I cannot come down. 4 times they sent me the same message, and each time I gave them the same answer. You see, this is how distraction even works in our lives. Distraction doesn't just come once and then it walks away. It keeps coming back to us again and again. 4 times they send the same message. Come, let's meet. Come, let's meet. Come, let's meet. And each time Nehemiah said, I cannot come. I'm doing a great work. How many of us ever feel distracted in life? Have you ever felt distracted? Does distraction come to you once and then once you overcome it, or it never comes back again? Distraction keeps coming back at us again and again, just like these people kept doing that. But Nehemiah had a sense of discernment. He could differentiate what is right and what is wrong. Nehemiah focused on what mattered the most. What mattered to him was the calling that Jesus had given to him to build the walls. And Nehemiah said, nothing is going to distract me. I am not going to come and follow any distractions. I am focused on building the walls of Jerusalem. There are many people who, when they start their work in the morning, they have been given a task. Okay, you need to finish this work by today. And they go to their office and they see, oh, the table is not very clean. Let me first clean the table, then I'll start my work. So they arrange the table, and then they see the walls are not very clean. Oh, let me clean my room around, and then I will start my work. So they do all of those things, and then eventually when the task is supposed to happen, they are too tired to finish their work. Have you experienced that? That the thing that was supposed to be done is not done, but everything around it is done. Nehemiah did not make that mistake. His focus was on fulfilling God's work, and he said, nothing is going to distract me. You can call me 4 times and I am not going to film. How many of us would do that? We are studying for an exam and our friends say, come, let's have a good time, let's play. And the first time you'll say, no, I need to study. They'll be like, no, this is a very interesting game. You need to play this. No, I don't want to. Okay, you at least need to hear the gossip in our class. There is a gossip, you need to hear this gossip about this girl and this boy. Oh, then I'm interested. Let me just keep my books aside. Now I'm interested to know that. Distraction would not stop. Distraction would keep coming to you. Focus is all that matters. There is this story told back in the Soviet Union, which eventually became Russia. So when the Soviet Union was becoming a nation, there was a lot of robbery happening, a lot of stealing happening around in those places. So they decided to set out security guards all around to make sure that no one steals anything. They were like, the mayor was like, I need to stop people from stealing, so you need to be there at all the places and make sure that there is no stealing happening. So there was this one guard who used to stand in a construction area where they were doing some construction, and he suspected that someone is stealing stuff from there. So he used to see this man every day, pushing that wheelbarrow with a lot of sand and sawdust and all those things in that. Things that were not relevant, things that were not important. But he suspected that he was carrying something in there. So he used to go and catch him each day and say, tell me, what are you carrying within that? What are you stealing? And this construction worker used to say, I'm not stealing anything. I'm just taking the remaining sawdust and the sand that is lying. That is of no use. He's like, I'm sure you're stealing something. Put down all the sand and the sawdust. I want to search it. And so the laborer put it down. He searched all the sand and sawdust. Nothing was there. The next day, the same thing. The guy is carrying the wheelbarrow with the sand and sawdust. He's like, I know you're taking something. Drop it down. He searches again, doesn't find anything. For 4 consecutive days, he keeps searching. He does not find anything in the sand and the sawdust. So this security guard is very irritated. He's like, I know you are smuggling something out, but you're not going to tell me. If you tell me, I'm not going to punish you. If you just tell me, what are you carrying, I will not punish you. If you tell me, what are you stealing, I am going to spare your punishment. This is my promise. And so this employer thinks, yes, he'll be asking me every day to roll down the sand and the sawdust. It's a big hassle. He has promised me that he's not going to take an action, so I should tell him what am I stealing. What do you think this constructor worker was stealing? What was he stealing? Pastor is smiling, so I'm guessing he knows the answer. What was he stealing? What was the constructor worker stealing? If you cannot figure it out, that means you are just like the security guard. It's right there in the image. What was he stealing each day? Yes, Joab at the back. No, not the sand. The sand was checked each day. What was he stealing? Sorry? The wheelbarrow. He was stealing the wheelbarrow. Every day, the security guard thought that he's carrying something in the wheelbarrow to steal. He was actually stealing the wheelbarrow itself. And that is how distraction and focus works. He was so focused that there is something inside the wheelbarrow that he actually forgot that construction worker is taking a wheelbarrow each day and smuggling from that area. And which is why, as I said in the beginning, the first point to focus on is focus on what matters. What mattered to Nehemiah was the wall construction, to build the walls of Jerusalem, and he did not allow his focus to be deterred at all. The second one, focus on what's true. Focus on what's true. Let's continue reading from verses 5. It says, then the fifth time, so 4 times we remember they had called him, he did not come, he gave the same answer, I cannot come, I'm doing a great work. 5th time, Sanballat sent his aide to me with the same message, and in his hand was an unsealed letter. So Sanballat this time sends him a letter. Okay, you are not coming to meet us, I'm going to send you a letter. In which it was written, it is reported amongst the nations, and Geshem says it is true, that you and the Jews are plotting to revolt, and therefore you are building the wall. Moreover, according to these reports, you are about to become their king, and have even appointed prophets to make this proclamation about you in Jerusalem. There is a king in Judah. Now this report will get back to the king, so come let us meet together. So the first strategy does not work. They call him to the hills, he doesn't want to come. He's busy doing his work. So their next strategy is build a rumor around it so that he gets caught. So they say it is reported. You know, that's how rumors start. Oh, somebody is saying this about you. Somebody is mentioned that you are doing this. And when those rumors build, we get scared. You know, you want to defend yourself. No, I'm not doing all these things. Nehemiah had the same issue. Nehemiah could have faced the same issue. They are saying it is reported that you want to be the king of Judah. You want to dethrone the already sitting king, and you want to be the king. That's why you're building this wall. And Nehemiah could have just been like any one of us. What do we do when we are faced with accusations and rumors? Because that's how rumors start. It is reported, or I heard someone saying, or you know, people are talking about this, so it must be true. When we face such rumors, what is our reaction? Our reaction would always be to defend ourselves. No, I have not done anything. And Nehemiah was very sad that he had to face these rumors. If you continue reading, it says, I sent him this reply. Nothing like what you are saying is happening. You are just making it up out of your head. Nehemiah says, whatever you are saying is only in your head. None of it is happening. They were all trying to frighten us, thinking their hands will get too weak for the work and it will not be completed. But I prayed, now strengthen my hands. You look at the beautiful response of Nehemiah. Nehemiah does not go about defending. Oh, no, I do not want to be the king. You see, I am so close to the king. I am very loyal to him. None of that. Nehemiah just says, these things are only in your head. They are not true. And what does he do after that? He just prays. He prays to God, now strengthen my hand. He focused on what was true. Many times in our lives, we end up focusing on things that are not true, things that are false, things that are rumors, things that are just brought up to put us down. Nehemiah did not do that. He could have easily been affected by all those rumors rising that he's going to stand against the king, he's going to be the king of Judah. Nehemiah said nothing like that. I am loyal to the king, and all these things are made by you. and I am not going to turn my focus. You think if you're going to spread false rumors against me, you're going to make my hand weak? That is not going to happen. And so Nehemiah brings it up that you need to focus on what is true. Never focus on the false things in life. And the third thing that I want to discuss today is focus on what's brave. Focus on what's brave. That images of a lion, lion is considered one of the bravest animals. There is a saying that it's better to be a lion for half an hour than to be a sheep all your life. Sometimes you need to be a lion and be brave rather than be a sheep which is timid and cannot speak when there is something wrong. Focus on things that are brave. Focus on what's brave. Let's read Nehemiah chapter 6 verses 10. One day I went to the house of Shemaiah, son of Delai, the son of Mehetabel, who was shut in his home. He said, "Let us meet in the house of God, inside the temple, and let us choose the temple doors, because men are coming to kill you. By night they are coming to kill you." So what are these people now trying to do? First thing, what did they do to distract Nehemiah? What did they ask him to do? They called him to the hills. Come, let's meet. Second time, what do? They say, you want to be the king. If you want this to not go out of hand, come and meet us. The third time, they are sending a threat that people are trying to kill you, so you come and hide inside the temple. Now, Nehemiah was not a priest. And so it was sinful for him to go and hide in that temple. And Nehemiah realized that they wanted him to commit a sin, because they were trying to intimidate him. And this is what it says. But I said, should a man like me run away? Or should someone like me go into the temple to save his life? I will not go. Nehemiah was not a priest, and he realized if he goes into the temple, it's a sin. And he says, I'm not going to go there just to save my life. If you think I'm going to run away from this place, I will not. I realized that God had not sent him, but that he had prophesied against me. Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. He had been hired to intimidate me so that I would commit a sin by doing this. Nehemiah realized that I am being threatened so that I commit a sin of entering and hiding in the temple, and then they would give me a bad name to discredit me. Nehemiah discerned that this is what they are trying to do. They are trying to frame me. Remember Tobiah and Sanballat, my God, because of what they have done. Remember also the prophet Noadiah and how she and the rest of the prophets have been trying to intimidate me. So the wall was completed on the 25th of Elul in 52 days. Nehemiah focuses on what's brave. He could have easily run for his life and hidden in the temple when they said and frightened and threatened to kill him. But Nehemiah said, no, I'm here for God's work. You can try distracting me. You can spread rumors against me. You can even threaten to kill me. But I'm going to finish the work of God. And he built the walls of Jerusalem in 52 days only. If you read the first chapter of Nehemiah, you know how many months did Nehemiah pray before he started building the walls of Jerusalem? For 4 months, Nehemiah prayed before he started the work. 4 months to pray and only 52 days to build the wall. That is how much strength God gave him. Nehemiah realized that building the walls was a spiritual battle more than a physical battle. There were many people who had tried to build the wall, but they could not. And so Nehemiah realized it's a spiritual battle. He prayed for it and finished building the temple in 52 days. There was a pastor back in the era of Nazi Germany. He was T.N. Hofmer, the pastor who stood against Hitler. His name is Dietrich Bonhoeffer. When Dietrich Bonhoeffer was there during the time of Hitler, he stood against what Hitler was doing, which is killing a lot of people. And Hitler said, if you do not change your ways, you're going to be killed. And so eventually that happened. His church was bombed. Dietrich Bonhoeffer's church was bombed down. He was taken as a captive and put in prison. 6 months he stayed in prison, and on the day he was supposed to be tried and given the punishment, Dietrich Bonhoeffer says that as he was walking out of his cell, he heard a prisoner reading this verse. that is found in the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verses 20. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 20, it says, "The name of the Lord is strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe." He heard that verse and he says, there was a peace in my heart. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and are safe. Dietrich Bonhoeffer was executed for standing against the wrongs of Hitler, but he focused on what was brave. He stood against the wrongs even though it would cost his life. 3 lessons that we learn from this short chapter of the book of Nehemiah, chapter 6. Focus on what matters. Focus on what is true. And focus on what's brave. If we keep these things, if we focus on these things, that focus is going to bring great success in our lives. Let us learn through the lives of Nehemiah how to keep your focus steady for the will of God. If you are focused about the will of God, you will achieve success in our life. May God bless all of us. We'll have a closing song. We'll all rise for the closing song. We'll sing hymn number 547. 547, Be Thou My Vision. Does anyone, whoever knows the song can come and lead the song down? Be Thou My Vision. Hymn number 547. After which I'll request Mr. Joy to offer the closing prayer.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sure we were blessed by today's message, right? A beautiful message that we had. Focus on what matters, focus on what's true, and focus on what's brave. God bless us all. See you tomorrow, 9:30.